Hi everybody, I'm Kelly from Cosford Rise Stitchery and welcome to my very first ever YouTube. Now, I always said I would never ever do YouTube. I'm very much an introvert, but here I am eating my words. So this very first YouTube is really designed to introduce you to myself and also the new patterns that are coming out, and actually should be out already. So yeah, as I said, my name's Kelly. I'm the Chief Designer and Stitcher at Cosford Rise Stitchery. Thank you for joining me. I moved to the UK in 2003, so I'm originally from Arkansas, although I did move around quite a lot before then. My dad was in the Air Force. I came over to the UK to go to university, went to the University of St Andrews in Scotland, met my husband my last year there, and yeah, the rest was history. So I now live down in Suffolk in England. I've got a 15-year-old daughter named Ivy and an 11-year-old son named Toby, and my husband James. I won't tell you how old he is. And I'm also a midwife, so part-time midwife in the NHS and full-time stitcher here at home. So if you know my patterns, thank you very much. And if you don't, I'll hopefully introduce you to a few new ones today. So starting off, we've got Fowl Play. So this is Fowl Play. I apologise that they're not in frames. I had to take them out for another reason. I haven't got around to putting it back. So Fowl Play, everybody loves a bird, don't they? We've got some guinea fowl on there, some chicken netting. So I actually saw some guinea fowl loose the other day. I don't know if they were somebody's farm pets that got loose, but they were just running loose and they inspired me to stitch this. Now, if you know my patterns, you might think that looks familiar. So we've got easy peckings, which I'll show you. That's easy peckings. So similar idea, but with chickens. Now, these two patterns use a lot of the same threads and colours. They're all Classic Colourworks. So if you've stitched easy peckings, you might already have the threads you need for Fowl Play. And I've stitched that on 32 count Cappuccino from Fowl and Whim. Now that should be available in local needlework shops. It's not available yet as a PDF on my website, so I'll try to give the shops a bit of time selling first before I put those out. And then the next pattern, which has just come out, excuse me, is Halloween 1812. There we go. So you might recognise that I like to do Halloween smalls. I try to put a set out every year. This year, very much inspired by traditional cross stitch and sampler type elements. So you've got 6 patterns within this one pattern. First one, you've got traditional Quaker style bird, that's a crow. We've got a little Quaker spooky tree with some white pumpkins. I think this one's my favourite. So your sampler alphabet and numbers with the boo in the middle. And then that one says creepy shadows, black cats, howling winds, ghosts and ghouls. And then the last two at the bottom, we've got a lovely little bouquet with our spooky skull and the 1812, which is where the Halloween 1812 comes from. And then a little scene. So we've got a very Suffolk church and house, weeping willow, and some little spooky ghost. Now I finished these in lots of different ways. Put some kind of folk art ribbon on that one. Some cotton tassel trim on that one. Now these trims come from lots of different places. eBay's a really good place to get them, Etsy obviously. And that one, I think that's Sequoia. That's the colorway. And that's just the, it's like a silk like flat ribbon, and you can ruche that up as much as you like. I like quite a lot of ruching on mine. And then we've got some gingham ribbon also ruched, and some chenille. I can't remember what the colour of that chenille is. I think it's like burn red or something like that. Right, so those are the new patterns, and those are also now in shops. It'll probably be October before I put them on my website. Now, if you follow me on Instagram at all, if you don't, please do, Cosford Rise Stitchery. You'll know I've had a very, very busy summer. So we've been to the Isle of Man. So my mother-in-law's from the Isle of Man. It was her 80th birthday this year. So the family went. We had an amazing time. Honestly, if you ever get the chance to go, please do. I would say don't take the ferry if you get seasick at all. So we've been there, and then we came home. I worked a couple of days, and the kids and I went straight to Arkansas, which is where my family lives now, and had an amazing 2 weeks there. And I was very lucky while I was there. I was able to go to the Stitcher's Garden. So the Stitcher's Garden is in Conway, and I met the lovely lady Linda there when I was in Nashville in March, and so I was absolutely thrilled to get to go and see her in person and see the shop. If you're a British stitcher like me, you'll know our kind of stitching options pretty good online, not so great in person. So it was a real treat to kind of get to go around and look. If you are in Arkansas or traveling through Arkansas, please do go and see them. And I'll show you what I found. So I didn't buy a lot of patterns or threads because I can get those very easily online. But I'll show you what I did find. So she's got beautiful pink bags as well, which is nice. So we've got lots and lots of trim. And I'll show you what I picked up. Like I said, I tried to get stuff that I can't get here in the UK very easily. So we've got a couple things from Dames of the Needle. So I've got some really, really tiny mini little chenilles. And that's Colonial Tea and Lush Meadow, and those come at 3 yards. I've never used chenille this small before. Don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I'll find something. Just really beautiful colours. And then also from Dames of the Needle, we've got mini pom-poms. That's 1 yard in Sea Cat Green, and that's just such a beautiful colour. And actually would look really nice on the Halloween 1812, but obviously I didn't have it before I finished those. Beautiful. So I was actually next to Dames of the Needle at Nashville. Very nice lady. And then from Lady Dot Creates, and the Sequoia ribbon and the chenille that I used on 1812 are from Lady Dot Creates. So I've got some colours that I haven't seen here in the UK. I've got Ocean Grass, isn't that pretty? Very kind of greeny blue. Rainy, can't go wrong with a bit of grey blue, can you? And this one I absolutely love, Grubby Witch. It's that flat ribbon that you can ruche up, and that would look really, really nice on some Halloween stuff. And then I got some fabric. So fabric is always a bit hit and miss when you're buying it online, which is what I have to do for everything. So it was a real treat to go and see this in person and get exactly what I wanted. Now I got some Picture This Plus Wren, and that's in a 28 count. Now I have this Wren already in a, I think like 36-40 count, and I love it. It's just such a nice color, really neutral. So that's a nice big piece. So I don't have plans for any of this yet. It'll be in my stash. And then I absolutely love green linen. It's really hard to find. But I did get this one, and this is from Atomic Ranch Fabrics, and it's Sequoia in a 36 count. Now this I think I do have plans for, but we'll see. Isn't that lovely? Really modelled, very nice. And last but not least, I got from Fox and Rabbit, Dust Bunny, and that's a 36 count as well. And that has got really subtle variegation on it, so it might not be easy to see. But that's really pretty and just really neutral. You'll be able to use that for lots of stuff. That's lovely and soft as well. Right, and then I've got this little sled. So you may have seen those before. They're made to be used with the paper stitching, so I haven't obviously done any paper stitching before, but it's something I'm hoping to be able to do and make a little ornament to put on there. And I did buy some paper at the Stitcher's Garden, so watch this space. And then next, I got these great little pie tins, and they had some really lovely finished patterns done up in these pie tins. And I've never finished any stitching like that before, so it's something I'm looking forward to. And I got this little ornament, which I think is so cute. And they had a little stitch Christmas pudding that they put inside that. And I'm sure you can find the pattern for that online. I might make my own one. I don't know. We'll see. And last but not least, look at these little frames. Aren't they so cute? So little mini tiny frames for very miniature stitching. I got one of each of the ones they had. Those are from Old Colonial Designs. And they're just gorgeous. Really, really lovely. They look like the real deal, really. So it's going to take a very, very small cross stitch to fit in that. We have to do a bit of over one stitching. We'll see. And the lovely Linda was nice enough to give me a Stitcher's Garden needle minder. Isn't that nice? That's really heavy duty. I'll use that lots. So I had grand plans. I went to Hobby Lobby while I was in the US, and I absolutely love Hobby Lobby. There's nothing really similar here in the UK. And I did a bit of shopping. It all had to be quite small stuff, so it would fit my suitcase. And I was going to show you that today, but it is now 8 days since we arrived back in the UK. We only got one of our suitcases day before yesterday, and the other one hasn't arrived, and of course that had all the stuff I got at Hobby Lobby. So I might have to come back and show you that, because there's some really great stuff. I also got some really, really great finishing stuff from Chantel 141. They don't ship to the UK, so I had it shipped to my parents' house while I was there and brought it back with me. And again, that's in the other suitcase. I've got some Christmas patterns coming out, and I'm going to hopefully finish at least one of them on some of the Chantel 141 boards. I'm going to hopefully make a video of that once I work out exactly what I'm doing. Do all my own finishing, really enjoy it, so hopefully I'll be able to do some videos of that for you guys. Yeah, plan is to come back once that second suitcase arrives and show you what I got from Hobby Lobby and what my plans are for working with that. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm actually planning to give away a PDF copy of Halloween 1812. So if you'd like to be entered into that giveaway, please comment Halloween 1812 down below. If you like and subscribe to this channel, then you'll get updates on when I post new ones. Thanks so much. Bye.